Nick speaking, and welcome to this battle report. Right, hopefully something a bit different for you this time, because I'm sure you're probably sick of watching these battle reports and then basically just watching me like annihilate my opponent on turn 3. So I'm trying out a few things. I'm going to have a go at an army list which hopefully will make the game a little bit more fun and less one-sided. So tonight I'm actually playing my son with his Space Marines, and I am playing Tyranids. So let's have a look and see my army. Okay, so this is my army, and the army list is built around, as I said, just trying to have a bit of fun, maybe use some of the units that I don't normally use. So I started off thinking it'd be pretty cool to use 50 Gene Stealers. It's all my Gene Stealers that I currently have painted. So I've got 5 squads of 10 Gene Stealers, and just to beef those up a little bit, I've got a couple of Brood Lords here. And then I had to pick a HQ, and I thought it would be pretty cool to use Swarm Lord, because I've not used him yet. So I've got my Swarm Lord there with his accompanying guard. Again, recently painted them and I've never used them, so it'd be pretty good to get them on the table. A lot of points there. Whether I can actually make use of those points, I'm not sure, probably not, but anyway, they're there. I thought it'd be pretty cool to have something, just a little distraction unit at the back, so I've gone for a Carnifex with Twin Link Devourers in a pod. I've got the Venom Cannons on there, just so that's my only shooting. And running alongside that, I've got the Lictors, so 1 unit of 3, and they've got a deep stroke in along with the pod. And that is my army, 1750 points. I think I'm going to get blasted off the table with these Space Marines because they've got lots of tanks on the table. But I'm going to deploy and we'll get on with the battle. Okay, so we've rolled off. We're playing Big Guns Never Tire, 3 objectives. We've got 1 there, 1 there and 1 over there. The Space Marines have deployed. There's a Predator, 10 Tacticals, Thunderfire Cannon, Vindicator, Assault Squad, 9 Stern Guard with the Tigerius, there's 5 Mouters there, Small Bike Squad, another 10 Tacticals, and there's a Drop Pod with some Tacticals in reserve. I'm trying to deploy and I'm thinking I'm going to get absolutely annihilated. But we're going to run with it, let's have a go. I put Swarm Lord here with the Guard, infiltrated the Gene Stealers here, 2 squads of Gene Stealers there, one with the other Brood Lord. There's nowhere really else for me to infiltrate, especially with that massive blast template thing over there. So I've decided to flank 2 units for a bit of fun, and I'm going to deep strike the Lictors and obviously the pod. I'm going second, and it's Night Fight. So I'm going to do the all-important seize the initiative roll. Here we go, a 6 required, a 6. I have stolen the initiative. Not sure it's going to do me any good, but we'll see. Okay, so that was my turn 1. Moved the Swarm Lord up and I ran 2 inches. For reference, he has Psychic Scream, the Horror and Paroism. Moved up the Stealers. I tried to use the Horror on that unit of Assault Squads. They rolled a double 1 for the leadership. Just moved these up. Moved these up around here. Used Psychic Scream on the bikes and he rolled something like a 5, so nothing pinned. I then attempted to assault here. It was 10 inches. I managed to get in and then I realised I couldn't assault after infiltrating. So that was a bit of a disaster. But anyway, it's going to be turn 1 now for the Space Marines, and a drop pod to come in, and then let's see if I've got anything left after the shooting. Okay, so that was turn 1 there for the Space Marines. Drop pod landed here, bailed out the guys. Everything basically moved up towards my little blob here. This tank moved towards the objective and the Pred moved backwards because I've got some flanking stuff coming in a minute. He started off by shooting all the small guns, all the bolt guns, and they all missed. However, the Vindicator managed to take out... no, what did you take out of the Vindicator? Oh yeah, a Hive Guard. And then the massive blob of missing Gene Stealers is from the Thunderfire Cannon. Over this side I did slightly better. I did lose the Brood Lord, but I lost the Brood Lord and 2 Gene Stealers, so not too bad there. And that was it. So that was turn 1 for the Space Marines. Now my turn 2 and reserves. So I've got Hive Commander, so +1 on my reserve roll. So I've got the Carnifex, who's not out, the Lictor Brood, who's out, and then 2 squads of flanking Steelers, both out. Okay, more to come. Okay, so that was my turn 2. Both Steeler squads came on this side of the board. I put one here on the building. The other one moved and then ran 6 inches up there. Lictors deep strike on top of that building there. Over here I moved the Swarmlord and his guard up onto the terrain, just cowering a bit there. I did attempt to assault the Vindicator, but I needed 11 and I got 2. Double 1. These Steelers here came up. I used a horror on that assault squad and I managed to pin them this time. And then the Swarmlord used a horror over on those bites. I pinned those as well. I did Paroism over there onto that squad. I then assaulted that squad, lost 1 in Overwatch. We went into the assault. I killed 3 Marines. I lost about 4 of my Steelers. I've got 4 Steelers left. We just locked in combat. And that was it. So we're looking now at turn 2 for the Space Marines. Okay, so that was Space Marines turn 2. Managed to survive a little bit here. I got shot by the Thunderfire cannon. I lost 5 Gene Stealers and then was assaulted by that captain guy. We just locked in combat, no wounds done. Over this side of the table, the Vindicator shot my Swarmlord. I did Lookout Sir, lost a wound on that guy there. And the Vindicator shot here. I saved the wounds on the Vindicator. The Stern Guard got out. They used their poison attacks on me, and I took another wound on that front guard. So both of those just on 1 wound. Over this side of the table, we continued the assault. I lost another couple of Gene Stealers, just 2 Gene Stealers left. So I'm quite vulnerable to losing first blood there. The bikes were pinned and couldn't really move along with that Rhino. There's not much space there. And of course they're pinned as well. So that's it. My turn 3, and if I'm going to get first blood I desperately need my pod to come out with the Carnifex. So +1 from the reserve roll from Swarmy, and yeah, they were definitely coming out this turn. Okay, so that was my turn 3. Started off really bad. As you can see, my Set Explorer is over here, Tyranids, whatever it's called now. I tried to land here to get rear armour on that, to get first blood and get rid of that. I scattered 11 inches off of the board. So my opponent put me over here, got the Fex out. I shot the Tyrannocyte with its venom cannons at the nearest target, which was the Stern Guard. I took a couple of those out. I think I took about 3 out. The Fex shot the empty Rhino that was there trying to get first blood. Got that 2 hull points down. And then I moved these Gene Stealers up. I Paroismed the Stern Guard. They were -2 ballistic skill, weapon skill. The Gene Stealers that were here I took up and over, ready to assault that unit. And then over here the Lictors came down from the building ready to assault the Thunderfire cannon. Then we went into the assault phase and I continued with the assault here. That captain guy there, he's down to 1 wound. The Lictor Brood managed to take out the Thunderfire cannon, consolidated up onto the building. The Gene Stealers here assaulted the Assault Marines. I did try to do the horror on them but failed because they got their leadership. So I assaulted them, and even with no frag grenades and going last, I managed to wipe them out, which was useful. I already had first blood from the Thunderfire cannon, of course. And then I took the unit that was here into here. I multi-assaulted. I took the Rhino's last hull point off. Then we continued the assault here. I didn't lose any wounds. I killed 1 Stern Guard. And then over here, the Gene Stealers went over. I killed a couple of those guys. Lost a couple of Gene Stealers, but that was it. So that was just locked in combat. So, I said quite a reasonable turn for me, but we are now coming up to turn 3 for the Space Marines. Okay, turn 3 there for the Space Marines. The Rhino moved up onto the objective, managed to kill the captain there in the assault. That was Slay the Warlord. Over this side, the Predator and the Vindicator shot my Gene Stealers here. Managed to get quite a number of cover saves. I did lose about 3 Gene Stealers. In the assault here, I killed them all off apart from that, what's his name? Tigarius, yep. He's on 1 wound and he's running at the moment. Over here we continued this assault, no wounds were done. That's pretty much it. The bike's there just hiding behind this rhino that's got 10 men in as well, don't forget. Okay, so we're now going on to turn 4 for the Tyranids. Okay, so that was my turn 4. Moved those gene stealers that were consolidated up over here. I assaulted the rhino, but I didn't do any damage to it at all. However, the lictors managed to come up and I took out the vindicator, exploded that with the rending. And then over here, the Swarmlord, it's not a Flyrant, the Swarmlord did a Psychic Scream on the dude that was running away, Tigarius, and I managed to kill him. I then assaulted the Rhino. I exploded that, lost a few Marines in the explosion. I didn't take any wounds, and they're pinned as well. This guy here, he did the horror on the bite squad and managed to pin those. Over here we continued the assault, a couple of losses, but we're still locked in combat. And then the Carnifex moved and ran forward. This pod here had to shoot the nearest target, which was the stern, no, which was, what was that?
The tank.
The tank. Oh yeah, the tank there, which I got 4 blasts, but he got his cover save, so I didn't do any damage. And that's it. So we are now moving on to turn 4 for the Space Marines. Okay, Space Marines turn 4. Not a lot to do actually. So the Pred moved up, shot my Swarmlord. I took the wound, so he's got a wound. And then over here we continued the assault. We killed 1 guy each, just locked in combat. And the tanks moved up right onto the objective there. And that was it. Okay, so it's now turn 5 for the Tyranids. Okay, so that's my turn 5. I moved the Fex up and ran him, managed to get onto the objective there. Finally won that assault there, just 3 gene stealers left though. The Swarmlord and his guard assaulted the Marines that were there, managed to wipe them out. The Lictors assaulted the bikes, killed 2 bikes, didn't take any wounds back. Over here the gene stealers assaulted the Rhino, managed to destroy it. Guys got out, they weren't pinned. I lost 2 gene stealers in the explosion. Just shuffled around here on this objective. So it's now turn 5 for the Space Marines. Okay, so that's Space Marines turn 5. The Predator there shot Swarmlord. I managed to do, well, got auto lookouts there, so I put the wounds onto the guard. And then in the assault phase, the Lictors there took out the last of the bikes. Over here, these guys shot my gene stealers that were there. So they're grabbing that objective. That's 3 points for the Space Marines. We have ended the game because there's only the Pred, the drop pod, and those Marines left. So 3 points there. I've got 2 objectives, which is 6 points. I've got Slay the Warlord, Line Breaker, First Blood, and also I killed 2 heavy supports. That was the Vindicator and the Thunderfire Cannon. So it's 11 kill points to 3. Really fun game. Quite a, yeah, I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen there actually. It's very, very interesting. I think I got a bit lucky at the beginning. I think I could have taken a lot more damage at the beginning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this list against Blood Angels in the next game. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be quite interesting, especially with all of their flamers. Now, potentially we may play 2,000 points, so if we do, I'm going to add some Ravener to this list. Probably with just the little gun, the Death Spitters, just because that will make up the points quite nicely. Okay, so that's it from me. Hopefully you enjoyed this game, and as always, thanks for watching.